We saw him a moment ago. Jeb Bush today making a final push in New Hampshire. A solid finish here could breathe new life in his campaign, and he knows that.
I've been written off. I've seen obituaries written about myself, and like the guy from the town hall meeting, you know, I'm still alive.
Tim Miller has been working the case here for Jeb Bush, communications director here in studio. Nice to see you.
Hey, thanks, Bill.
So let's communicate how you think you're going to do today. Go.
Well, I think as Marco might say, I think we can dispense with the notion that this campaign is over, or is not a competitive race. It certainly is going to be an extremely competitive, deep field, and we feel good. We have the best ground game out of everybody out there. We've made 100,000 door knocks. Jeb has worked it very hard here, and the one thing we have going for us is we're running a national campaign, unlike guys like John Kasich and Chris Christie who are stuck here in New Hampshire, so we can take the momentum from a good finish here into South Carolina.
So we saw him yesterday. His energy's good. He's an optimistic guy. As you know, you wonder if optimism wins in this climate. Because Donald Trump seems to have tapped the vein.
Well, look,
and the vein is anger among the electorate.
Yeah, look, I think you have to recognize that there's a legitimate reason why people are angry, and Jeb does. But the problem is Donald Trump's not going to do anything about it. He's just mirroring their anger. What Jeb is going to do is actually fix the problems in Washington that can help give people a chance to rise up again. That's what Jeb's whole campaign's about, and that's a message that, as we're seeing, is starting to move Jeb the right direction. Donald's going the wrong direction.
Tweet from yesterday. Jeb Bush says this on screen to @Donald Trump. You aren't just a loser, you're a liar and a whiner.
True.
John McCain is a hero, over and out. He's engaging at that level now. Why?
Well, everything in that tweet is true.
Why make the calculation to do that now?
I think anybody who makes fun of a POW and calls them a loser is a loser themselves and has deep insecurities that they need to deal with. And so I think that as far as Jeb is concerned, he's the only one that's standing up to Donald Trump. Donald is #1 in the polls, and Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio are in the witness protection program. Marco Rubio was asked if he thinks Donald Trump is a conservative during the debate on Saturday night, and he said, you know, I think Donald makes some good points on conservatism, and moved on. Donald Trump's not a conservative. Ted Cruz was asked if Donald Trump has the temperament to be president. He said, I'll let the voters decide. Why? Donald Trump doesn't have the temperament to be president. That's plain as day. Anyone that would make fun of the disabled does not have the temperament to be the president of the United States. Someone needs to stand up to him. Jeb is doing it, and we're not going to apologize for that.
There is another story that's developing in the last couple of days, though, and that is Bush going against the Ohio governor, John Kasich. And this Kasich reacted to it last night here. Sure. Let's just watch.
I'm really disappointed in Jeb. It's look, I mean, he's taken the very low road to the highest office in the land, and it's been negative all along, but it's okay. You know, as Arnold Schwarzenegger told me when I was running for governor the first time, love the beatings.
It's a great last line there for the Ohio governor. Put this inside game to the side here.
Sure.
Is your campaign now seeing the possibility that if you can take Kasich down, you have an opportunity to now slide above him? And this is a state where you believe you have a message that's tailor-made to do that.
Look, I think our message is tailor-made for New Hampshire and for South Carolina, and that's the big difference between us and John Kasich. You know, I think that John Kasich's complaints are kind of silly when he has a super PAC that's running negative ads, when Hillary Clinton is going to tear the bark off of our nominee. So this is what happens in politics. But I think here's the big difference between John Kasich and Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush was a conservative governor who opposed the expansion of Obamacare, who wants to expand the military. John Kasich is a moderate governor who expanded Obamacare more than any governor, more than any Republican in the country, and he's against expanding the military. He supported cuts to the military. That is not going to fly in South Carolina. So he might have a good night tonight, but he's running a one-state campaign, and so if you want somebody who can win the nomination, who is a governor, that's Jeb.
It's a remarkable thing how you see all these candidates bunched up.
Yeah.
And who knows how it goes tonight when the polls close and maybe we're able to call a winner at 8 o'clock Eastern time. But you could have a candidate at 17, a candidate at 16, a candidate at 14, a candidate at 12. It's possible that all this...
That we get to go into South Carolina.
All of this here, the primary in New Hampshire, may not decide a whole lot when it comes to a good number of candidates.
I think that's true, and I think that's why, if you're looking at Jeb, we're in 3rd place right now in South Carolina behind Trump and Cruz. We're going to bring in President Bush next week in South Carolina, where he will be able to make the case. And I think
that's going to happen.
Yes, sir. And I think that's a state where Jeb, because of his policies to support a stronger military, his support from Lindsey Graham, his support from 12 Medal of Honor recipients and 40 admirals and generals, when you look at the field and you want somebody who has experience, who's ready to be commander-in-chief, that's something that's going to resonate across the country and in South Carolina, and Jeb's going to do it.
For the 43rd president, his first stop will be where then in South Carolina?
We'll have to see you next week in South Carolina, Bill. We'll keep you waiting.
All right. Bush history, 1988, successful. Year 2000, not so much. What happens now in 2016?
Jeb's going to run his own campaign. We feel good about where we are in New Hampshire. We're hoping we can take some momentum from here into South Carolina, and then we'll see you all in Nevada on Super Tuesday and Florida on March 15th.
Thanks for treating us well, Tim.
Hey, thanks, Bill. Thanks for having me.
See you down the road, perhaps, right?
Definitely.
Tim Miller, thanks from the Bush team.
See ya.
Thank you.